Hello dear students. Today's topic of lecture is power supply. You might have seen in many applications it requires power supply. This power supply actually gives the electrical power for electrical circuits in the form of voltage and current. This power supply is of two type. One is called as AC power supply. This AC power supply is used for domestic and industrial applications in worldwide. All the electrical devices and appliances like fridge, air conditioner, fan, motor pump, light, bulbs, electric irons, electric geysers, induction, etc. They work on AC power supply. In India, the domestic power supply is of 230 volt and the current rating is 5 ampere. This power supply has a frequency of 50 Hz. The AC supply is very simple to generate and can be distributed to various places with the help of transmission lines. The strength of AC power supply can be easily increased or decreased with the help of transformer. There are two types of transformer. With the help of them, we can either increase or decrease the voltage. So this AC power supply, it can be easily converted into DC with some circuits. Now the second type is DC power supply. The DC power supply, it is generated mostly using the cells or batteries, but one of the convenient way to convert a DC or to get the DC is to convert it from AC. For this, it will uses a circuit which is called as rectifier. This rectifier is a device that takes AC line voltage as the input and gives steady DC at the output voltage. Along with the rectifier, some more circuits are required to construct a DC power supply. Now let us see what is the need of regulated power supply. All the modern electronic devices, they are designed and fabricated using semiconductor ICs. These ICs dissipate very less power. ICs consist of smaller semiconductor components. Due to small rise, there is a excessive heat in the components. This heat may damage the IC. Therefore, to increase the life of ICs, ultimately the devices require a regulated power supply. So, this power supply should give a constant voltage without less dissipation of power. So, this is the need of regulated power supplies. Now, this regulated power supplies comprise of many circuits, in which one of the circuit which is called as rectifier is the essential part, because this rectifier converts AC voltage into DC. So rectifier, it is an electronic circuit that converts bidirectional current into unidirectional current. The main component is the diode which is used in rectifier. This diode conducts only in one direction when they are in forward bias mode. Hence, it is the main rectifying element used in rectifier. The power supply distributed by the power companies is AC, and all the electronic equipments works only on DC power. Therefore, to create DC, it is convenient to convert it from AC. So, here it is the need to convert AC into DC with the help of rectifier. The high voltage AC is not required by all the electronic equipment, hence the voltage should be lower down, and this is done with the step down transformer. So transformer is also an essential part of power supplies. The transformer has following advantages: that the AC input voltage can be stepped up or stepped down easily as our need. Second thing, it saves the power. Third thing, the transformer isolates the mains AC power with the load circuit. These rectifiers, they are mostly classified into two types. One of them is called as half wave rectifier and second is called as full wave rectifier. Now what is mean by half wave rectifier? In half wave rectifier, the output current flows only for half cycle of the input AC. While in full wave rectifier, the output current flows for both the half cycles in same direction. This full wave rectifier, it is again classified into two types: full wave rectifier using a center type transformer and full wave rectifier using bridge type connection. Now we are going to discuss with another type of full wave rectifier, and that is called as full wave bridge rectifier. The full wave rectifier with center tap transformer has many disadvantages. Some of them are: it requires a special type of transformer, and this transformer is more costly than the normal transformer. Second, the peak inverse rating of diode, which is used to construct the rectifier, this rating must be double the secondary voltage. Third point, that center tap transformer is more costly and it is very complicated to construct. Due to this disadvantages of full wave rectifier with center tap transformer, another type is developed, and this is called as full wave rectifier with bridge type. Here in the diagram you can see it uses a normal transformer with one primary and one secondary. This type of rectifiers uses 4 diodes, and these diodes are connected in the form of bridge as shown in the diagram. You might have studied Weston bridge, meter bridge in the syllabus of physics. In the same way, this bridge is constructed using diodes. In the Weston bridge, the resistors are replaced here with the diodes, and where the galvanometer is connected, there we are taking the output. So in diagram, load resistance is connected where the galvanometer is connected in Weston bridge. The secondary output from the transformer, it is connected between point B and E. Now let us discuss on the working of this bridge rectifier. Let point A and F, these are the points of secondary coil. During the positive half cycle of secondary AC voltage, diode D1 and D3 will be forward bias, and diode D2 and D4 will be reverse bias. So if you start from point A, the current will start from A, B, D1, C, load resistance, D, D3, E and F. So in this way, diode D1 and D3 becomes forward bias. At the same time, the point F will have negative potential, due to which diodes D2 and D4 will become reverse bias as shown in the figure. During the negative half cycle of secondary AC voltage, the diodes D2 and D4 are now in forward bias, and diodes D1, D3 are in reverse bias. Here the current will flows from point F to point A through D2, C, RL, D, D4, B and A. So here from F to A, diode D2 and D4 become forward bias, while A point will be negative with respect to point F. So diode D3 and D1 will be reverse bias as shown in the figure. In this way, for positive half cycle, diode D1 and D3 are conducting, while for negative half cycle, diodes D2 and D4 are conducting, and these pairs of diodes conducts alternately. The direction of current through the load resistance will be same for both the half cycles. Therefore, the voltage developed across load resistance has a fixed polarity. Thus, the AC voltage is converted into DC. That means we can say that the bidirectional current, it is converted into unidirectional current using this bridge rectifier. The formulation for calculating the average value of output DC voltage will be same as that of the full wave rectifier using center tap transformer. That is, V average equal to VDC equal to twice Vp by pi. This will be the formula for calculating the DC voltage at the output. Suppose if the secondary voltage at the transformer is 10 volt, this 10 volt will be obviously root mean square value. So this value should be converted into max value by formula Vp equal to Vrms into root 2, and if 10 volt is the secondary voltage, then it comes to be 14.14 volt. Similarly, the average value of output DC voltage can be calculated by the formula VDC equal to twice Vp by pi, and it founds to be 9.5 volt. So in this way, from the wave diagram you can see, for both the half cycles, the output is conducted and output is appearing at the load resistance. So both the half cycles are conducting here. So that is why full wave is rectified at the output. So that is why this rectifier is also called as full wave rectifier. There are certain advantages of bridge wave rectifier over the full wave rectifier using center tap transformer. This bridge rectifier do not require a special type of transformer. This rectifier is suitable for high voltage applications. The diode can have peak inverse rating half than that of the center tap full wave rectifier. This rectifier is less costly than center tap transformer type full wave rectifier. The transformer utilization factor of bridge wave rectifier is more than that of center tap transformer rectifier. So these are the advantages of bridge rectifier. Along with the advantages, there are certain disadvantages of bridge wave rectifier. First one is it requires 2 additional diodes over center tap full wave rectifier. 2 diodes conduct for each half cycle, so voltage drop across them will be 1.4 volt, as 0.7 volt is the voltage drop when the diodes are in forward bias. So 2 diodes, they comes in series, so total voltage will be 0.7 multiplied by 2, so that means 1.4 volt. So when the voltage is appearing at the output, it will be less than 1.4 volt than that of the normal rectifier. Third disadvantage is it is not suitable for low DC applications, as the voltage drop across the diodes is there, so it is not suitable for low DC applications. Now let us move on comparisons between the rectifiers. From the table you can see half wave rectifier, full wave center tap rectifier and bridge type rectifier. These are the comparison columns. First factor is the number of diodes used. It requires 1 in half wave rectifier, 2 in full wave rectifier with center tap transformer, and 4 in case of bridge type rectifier. Second term is DC output voltage. In half wave rectifier it is calculated by Vp by pi. In full wave rectifier with center tap transformer and bridge type rectifier it is twice Vp by pi. Rectifier efficiency in half wave rectifier is 40.6%, while in both the full wave rectifiers it is 81.2%. The ripple factor in half wave rectifier is 1.21, while it is 0.482 in case of full wave rectifiers. Now necessity of special transformer. Half wave rectifier it doesn't require, center tap transformer it require, and bridge type it doesn't require. Peak inverse voltage rating for half wave rectifier will be as that of max value. In both the full wave rectifier, peak inverse voltage rating should be twice the max value. The ripple frequency in half wave rectifier is same as that of the primary AC voltage, that is 50 Hz, whereas in full wave rectifiers it is twice that of the input frequency. The peak load current in half wave rectifier is given by Vm upon Rd plus RL. In full wave rectifier using center tap transformer it is Vm upon Rd plus RL, but in bridge type rectifier it will be Vm upon twice Rd plus RL. Here twice Rd because 2 diodes comes in series when they conduct, so that is why the total resistance will be twice Rd. So these are the comparison factors between the rectifiers.